Hello and welcome to the morecheeselesswhiskers.com podcast. My name's Dean Jackson, and today we're talking with Burke Jones from Kansas. And Burke has a startup, brand new company that he's starting up to help people have greener lawns and get rid of all the weeds. So he does a service in Kansas in some of the nice neighborhoods where he's just starting to build his clientele. And he started with some door hangers that offered a discounted price for some treatments. And he got some results from that, and he's surprised. He's got some clients that he's sort of starting to build now. And we spent this whole conversation talking about taking advantage of the structure of a business with recurring revenue. You know, the value of this is that he's got a business that every 6 weeks, he's going to come out and do a treatment for them. And that will happen year after year after year. That's how a business like that works. So it's very back end, very after unit loaded, right? He's building his business up to where he's going to have people in the after unit that are just recurring year after year after year. But you have to start with the before unit. You have to start with where you are. And so we talked about the possibility of offering a free treatment at the end of the season, as opposed to at the beginning of next season when everybody else will be lined up competing, trying to get new clients. Now, we had a great discussion about it. Burke's very excited about the possibility. He understood exactly the logic of it because we talked all the way through the investment model of it and the ROI on the greatest asset that he has, which is access to his treatments at cost. So very interesting. We had a great conversation. I've had a lot of experience in this kind of a business, and we talked about the similarities there and how we can take some of the learning that I've had and apply it specifically to his business. So enjoy this episode.
Burke Jones. Hi, Dean. This is Burke. Burke Jones is the fertilizer king of Kansas.
Right.
Is that who we're talking to?
That's correct. We're trying to be.
Okay. Well, welcome. Excited
Thank
to
you.
help you get launched here. Tell me what's going on.
Okay, so we live in Kansas, and I've decided I've always just kind of had some side hustles going on outside of my normal day job. And so I was looking for something that, had repeat customers so that once you got them, you might have them for 5 years or however long they can stay with you.
Yeah.
And so I kind of, through a roundabout way, my boys have a mowing business. And so we thought, well, if I launched a fertilizing business and weed control business, we could maybe get some of their customers to launch it with and go from there.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I also like it because there's a barrier to entry. You got to take a test. You got to have a bond or insurance. You got to get licensed by the state.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Not to apply fertilizer, but to apply any kind of herbicide or pest control. So anything you spray on weeds to kill them or bugs, that's what the license is for.
Okay.
So we launched it in August, and we didn't get, I think we maybe got one of my boys' customers to come on board. But we passed out about 800 door hangers that had, I think, a little different message than what most people usually do. And then we did some advertising on an app called Nextdoor, which is like a Facebook for neighborhoods and communities.
Okay.
So I put a couple posts on there. So right now we have 12 customers that are what I'm calling annual customers. So they've signed up for at least our basic package, which is 6 applications a year.
Okay.
So we kind of start the first application in March and end in November. And so as I look at the numbers, I mean, more than half the people came from our door hangers, so we had a pretty good return on those. The rest came from next door, and a couple friends fell in there too.
Okay.
So you want to stop here, or you want me to tell you some more?
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about it. So when you're saying, what are they getting treated for 6 times? So you're doing it basically. Okay. Are they monthly treatments through the summer months kind of thing? Is that?
Yeah, I would say more like about every 6 weeks.
Okay.
So essentially what I'm selling is we're going to keep your lawn a consistent, nice green color throughout the year. And we're going to kill 95% of your weeds.
Okay.
I'm never going to promise we're killing every weed because that's not possible. So that's what they're getting. And the size of customers that I've been targeting, I looked at the average on these customers, is about $50 per application. So just our base package customers worth about $600 or $300 a year. And then I probably got about another 200 to 300 in upsells that I know right now that I could upsell throughout the year. Just on doing some other like overseeding of their yard in the fall and aeration of their lawn in the fall, and then grub treatment in the summer for grub worms.
Gotcha. So like
so
the way
those are some
thinking.
Things. Yeah.
Okay. And so right now, what does it cost you to do a treatment?
Less than 20% of the cost that I'm charging them.
Okay,
and it kind of depends. Yeah, it kind of depends on the treatment. But if it's $50 is what I'm charging them, it'd be 20% of that.
Okay, so $10 is what it costs you for. Is that all in, including the cost of labor?
No, that's the cost of material only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so how much would it? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let's say you're paying it, if you do it as a $12 an hour guy, let's say, because that's basically what I think most of your help would be. Right now I'm doing it all. So one of the things about this business is you want to keep very tight routes.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be driving 15 minutes between customers.
No, I get it.
So like last night I went out and I treated 3 customers in an hour and 15 minutes. So
and they were all close to each other.
Yeah. They were all close to each other. And really all of my customers right now are within, a 1 mile by 3 mile area.
Perfect. Yeah, that makes sense. So when you look at it, so maybe your total thing is $20 all in.
Yeah, that's probably more like it.
Yeah, for a first treatment. Okay. Now, when you look at it, what do you charge people per treatment, or you charge them for the season?
I charge people per treatment. So it's the same price for every treatment, and it's based on how big their yard is. Okay.
And how what happens when you do the treatment? I mean, what's the noticeable or transformative difference if you look at it that way? Somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, some of it is you got to look at as a year-long thing, because if a customer just comes on board and they haven't been actively treating their lawn, it could be, a thinner, the turf could not be as dense, they would have more weeds. So over the course of the year, we would hope to thicken their lawn up, provide it a consistent green color, and get rid of the weeds.
So over the year, but nothing is going to happen dramatically, like right after you do treatment, or
I mean, if we haven't ever treated them before, it would turn a noticeably greener color.
Yeah. Okay.
With the first treatment, or they would see all their weeds dying.
Yeah.
Those are probably the fastest that you would notice.
They would see a greener lawn, and what was the second thing? All the weeds gone? It's shriveling up?
The weeds would shrivel up, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now, what motivates somebody to get that kind of a treatment? What do you think is the, what drives that decision?
Well, some people just think they can't do it as well as I can do it. I mean, that's one thing. They want to, I think I've heard them say, well, my neighbor doesn't take any care of their yard, so that's causing me problems. So
yes,
there's that kind of thing. They just want a healthy lawn.
Yeah,
and they don't want to do it. They don't want to do it.
Right. No, of course not. Nobody does.
Right.
And is there is there anything bad that can happen? Is there anything dangerous or anything that can happen? This reminds me of, I do a lot of work with the Mosquito Authority, and it's a very similar seasonal treatment-based business, right? And there's utility value of, you don't have any mosquitoes in your yard, which is a great thing. But then there's also this little thing that mosquitoes can kill you, and that adds a little fear, right? You're not going to die because your lawn is not green,
Right.
Or is there some other deeper reason why people get their lawn treated?
Boy, that's a hard one. I mean, I think it could go to home
part
value.
of it. Well, it could be, but that only matters if they're selling their house, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, because it's only going to be this season, and then next season, the winter is going to come, and they've got a fresh start kind of thing. So it's one of those things. It's like there's that sense of pride and that sense of nobody wants to be the house with all the weeds in a nice neighborhood, right? Like if I think there's a lot of peer pressure in something like that too.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's what it comes down to mostly. And just people just have a lot more pride in their yard than other people. I mean, I think that's true. Bless you.
Yeah, just thought I was going to sneeze for a minute there. That's another thing maybe is allergies, right? Is that does it cut down on that, or are they it's mostly the visual type of stuff?
I think it's mostly visual.
Okay, and that's fine.
Yeah.
So tell me about your door hanger then, because you've got one of these businesses that when you start it up, it's almost like this line that goes straight up to the right and just continues on over time, because as you get more customers, you get more repeat. That's part of the value of one of those things. It's a recurring service that needs to happen, and like pest control or any of those things. Once you get somebody, and you're the incumbent, there's no need for them to switch because they've got their weed situation handled.
Right.
So your business continues to grow every year because you're going to renew the ones that you have. Now, your first year, so you don't know what kind of renewal rate you're going to have, but I think in most of those situations, you can anticipate a pretty high renewal. I would think that you could get 70 or 80% of them to renew next year. Be good. But what's going to drive it, of course, is getting new people.
Right.
So
Mike,
what were you going to say? What was your?
I was just going to tell you about what my door hanger was this year.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. Perfect.
Okay. So basically on one side, it kind of had our logo, had a big bar that said fall fertilizing special, and we gave them their first application for $34.95. So we offered a discount. Talked just in a kind of a one line that fall is the most important time to treat your yard for the upcoming spring, because it is.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then on the back side, I had like a kind of just an informal headshot of me. And then I wrote a little paragraph about how we're in their neighborhood. I live near them. And I'm the guy that you'll see on the lawn. So right now I'm selling it that I'm the guy. Now, someday I'm going to change that, but for now, and that, I'm a lifelong resident, so I understand how our temperature extremes and weather can affect their lawn, and I can help with that.
Yeah, right.
So if that resonated, because I've had almost everybody has referenced the fact that I live near them, which I thought was interesting. Mm-hmm. And I just kind of personalized it a little bit. So I think, and a couple of people, they called me because of the first application discount. I mean, they made sure that when I build them, because I've treated some people already, that they got that discount. It worked pretty well. It worked. Yeah. I mean, better than I thought it would for the fall. I mean, the big marketing time is in the spring, obviously.
Of course, unless you can set it up in the fall. And I'm going to talk about something like that here, right? So let's talk about this. When is the sort of end of season in Kansas?
So so we're applying product this month, and then we'll apply product really at the end of November. Probably it's going to feel like winter. The grass won't be growing, but we put the fertilizer down so that it goes to the roots and the grass doesn't soak it up. So that's the last application. So we still have a window here, I think, to get more customers.
And how many customers do you have right now?
12.
You got 12 right now. And what would you say what would be a great target for you?
Well, when I started, I said I would love to get 10, and I'd be ecstatic to get 20. After some of the results I've seen now, I mean, I think a great number would be 30 people by the end of November.
Okay, but where are you going? I mean, I'm talking about as in maturity here. I mean, what would
maturity?
Be? Yeah, I mean, what are you looking? Are you looking to build a fertilizer empire here, or?
I'm looking right now to get enough customers to help pay for my kids' colleges.
Okay.
So, and I think realistically, just because I don't want to be working every weekend, I'm guessing that threshold without hiring someone to help me is going to be between 50 and 100 customers.
Okay.
And it also depends if I want to, I can upgrade to different equipment that makes the application process faster and less tiring for me. So there's some other upgrades that could happen in there that might allow 100 customers in the same amount of time as like 50 or 60.
Okay. So really the whole thing is that this is the whole name of this game is to get yards under management. That's really it, right? Like once you first start doing the thing, then you're the guy, and it's up to you to keep those relationships for life, right?
Correct.
Now, and thankfully, once you get them, that's probably the truth, because nobody needs to go and shop their fertilizer situation or their weed situation if the job's being done and they're happy with their lawn.
That's correct. Yeah.
So it's a before unit jump start here with the after unit. The lifetime value of these clients is tremendous, right? So if you look at it, that if you start somebody this season and you renew 80% of them every season after that forever, there's a really great increasing lifetime value of that. Now, when it comes down to it, let's talk about and isolate your door hangers here. So you put out 800 door hangers, and how much did you spend on that? Did you do them yourself, or did you have somebody deliver them, or?
Yeah, we put them out. So all we had was the printing cost. Yeah.
Okay, so you had about $300 or something into the door hangers?
I think it was like $225.
Okay, so you got $250, $225, whatever, for the door hangers, and we won't count your delivering them yourself for now.
Yeah.
But let's just look at that, your hard costs, because you're willing to put in your sweat equity for this, right?
Right.
So you look at it, and how many clients did you get from the door hangers?
Let's say probably 5.
Okay. So you got 5 clients from the door hangers, and it's that's 200. Let's call it 250 just to make it easy for the math here. That's $50. It costs you $50 to get that new client, right? Yep. And you charged them $34.95 for it
for the first time.
And it cost you $10. So you had a $25 cost for contribution overhead. You had that after your cost of goods for it. Okay. So that was basically the numbers work out that if hopefully you continue to do the treatments with those people, that you will have a lifetime client there. Now, what's really interesting and what we've been experimenting with is this idea of getting a free treatment as the first introduction, because your cost of it is $10, right? No matter what.
Right.
That's all it costs you to do that. The perceived value of it is $50. And by giving it away initially, you have a really great opportunity to build a lifetime relationship with those people, because they don't have a fertilizer incumbent yet, because they would have already had their fertilizer situation handled, right? If they wouldn't need you otherwise. So when you look at it, that what we've found is that you can get probably 4 or 5 times as many people to respond to take you up on a free offer as opposed to paying any amount of money.
Interesting.
So it's an interesting thing that the winning move that we've had with the in so many situations like this is to give away the first treatment so that you now have you've identified somebody who needs and wants the service, and you get a chance now to bond with them, and you trigger that reciprocity as well. That they feel they feel like now they owe you because you've done something for them.
Right.
So if you look at it that instead of getting 4 treatments, you were able to get 20 treatments, and it costs you $10 to do those, you're investing, $200 of hard costs plus the $250 that you spent to do the door hangers, and you get 20 opportunities instead of getting 5 opportunities.
5. Yeah, and then in the next treatment, I'm making $1,000 instead of $100.
That's exactly right.
Huh.
That makes sense?
That's pretty eye-opening. Yeah, and I know there's a national company that I've seen as they're advertising first treatment of $29 if you agree to Easy Pay and if you sign this contract and one of the things go ahead.
Yeah, anytime you start hedging your bets like that, people are looking for those loopholes, right? They look for that they look for you to protect yourself against them. So they look at it that are there strings attached? So you're saying, because that's the first thing. And whenever you are going in to it just purely with no, that they could take advantage of you, they won't.
Right. And we have everybody sign an agreement, but it's not, it's just saying, yes, we want to do this program and this is the price, and they can cancel tomorrow if they want to. I mean, all they have to do is just call me and say, hey, I'm done, and that's it. I'm not going to, there's no contract. It's just more of an agreement of here's what we've agreed to.
Yeah.
So, and that seems to have helped, like you say. I mean, people don't want to be tied into an agreement. They've done that. Some people have done that, and they regret it. In this industry, there's a lot of there's just some it's questionable tactics people do, and then they're locked into a contract and they can't get out. So okay,
like I think that it would be so much, even as you're coming to the end of this season, that even if there's not right now, there's a chance that you could get the last the treatment to get them to pay for one more treatment, like the season-ending treatment.
Yeah,
I think that it would be a very valuable thing for you to do is to plant your $10 in the yards of somebody who has no chance to pay you back until the spring.
Right.
And let that percolate over the season. And then you have the relationship with them for coming into the beginning of the season, right?
Right.
Like if I were looking at that, because it's not, it wouldn't be very much, if you can get, I don't think there could be a better way for you to invest $1,000 than to get 100 people to let you do a year-end treatment for them for free to set up a green lawn in the spring.
Right. Yeah, that would be incredible.
I don't think that's the way I would think about it. Is I would look and see how many people will let me, bury $10 in their yard over the winter and harvest in the spring, turn it into $300,
Right. Exactly.
That's really what's going to happen, and because most of your competitors, they're not out trying to get new clients in the fall. You'd have the whole place to yourself.
Yeah, And you know what I saw? Well, a couple things I've seen is, and I live in one of these neighborhoods. I mean, these,
Yeah.
so I understand what these people get marketed. I mean, it's a nice area. And I see either one of two things. One is, if anybody's marketing in the fall, they're marketing too many things on one card. You know, it's like we mow, we tree trim, we clean gutters,
Right.
and I'm just doing one thing. I'm fertilization and weed control. And I mean, there's some national companies that are out there, but I also think, as some of these local companies get big, they get complacent and they just live off referrals. And but you can go out and pick up customers. I'm really kind of surprised that I'm where I'm at right now, a month into it. So So if you're thinking like, I mean, I don't know if it'd be a door hanger, postcard, whatever. I mean, you just say we want to fertilize your yard for free.
Yeah.
Is that what, would that be the message?
Yeah, it really would. I mean, that's the, what's the name? I might even look at going to some of the HOAs or just going into named communities. Do you have named communities?
Yeah, they're all named. There's probably like where I've marketed so far, just in the strip I'm kind of targeting, there's probably like 5 or 6 named neighborhoods.
Okay.
And if you look at EDDM, it's almost by neighborhood, or you could combine a couple, like Forest Ridge and Forest Lakes, rather than kind of thing.
Yep.
So you could even say a special offer for Ridgeport or whatever residents will treat your yard.
Yeah, or have a make it an event like for that. How long does it take you to do that treatment? About 20 minutes or so, you said?
Yeah, I mean, at most, it's probably by the time I get there, fill the spreader, walk the yard, load back up, it's probably 20 minutes.
So if you had, in a neighborhood, if you could just go door to door kind of thing, go down this one, that would be helpful, right? Yeah. So if you had more of them. Yeah. So when you think about that, what do you think, are there people how many people don't have weed and fertilizer support?
It's interesting. Out of all of my customers, this was like they didn't have anybody before me except for 2 people. And those 2 people, one guy was unhappy with the quality.
Yeah.
And one guy and the other lady was just unhappy with how much she was having to pay every month.
Yeah.
And so, and I'm not cheap. Like my price is, I would say I'm right in the hunt with everybody else. But there's some national companies that they have sales forces and they're really good at selling, and they sign people up to these programs that cost $1,000 a year kind of thing.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And they're on the lawn every month and with mixed results. You just don't need to be on the lawn every month.
Right. I gotcha. Yeah.
It's a business decision. It's not a need for the lawn kind of thing.
Yeah, I got it.
So everybody else was new.
Yeah.
Either they had just moved into the house, they didn't have anybody, or it was just they got tired of doing it themselves, or they were frustrated with the results they got themselves.
Yeah, perfect. So if you were to look at it, that if you had a day or a weekend, or the last 2 weekends in October or whatever, however you play it out, that if you look at it, that you took, what would be the name of one of these communities?
Let's say Ridgeport.
So Ridgeport, if you had a postcard that was like a public notice that was, free year-end lawn treatment for Ridgewood. So what was the name of it? Sorry?
Ridgeport.
Ridgeport. homeowners, and you had the the map or the satellite view of that area outlined on the map, and you had that you're doing it on Saturday and Sunday, whatever that day is. How many homes are in Ridgeport?
I want to say maybe 500 homes in that neighborhood.
Okay.
Maybe
So
400, something like that.
Yep. So 500 homes. So, imagine you could fit them all. If you were to think about getting, if you could get 20 or 25 homes of these in that kind of area, all that tight around there, you could do 3 an hour for on a Saturday. So that's kind of gearing towards that, where it's like people put this on everybody kind of rallies together in a way, kind of thing. It's almost like the big pickup day that the town will do or whatever, where you can bring out your refrigerators and bring out your stuff. But if it was like the year-end thing and it's free and they don't need to do anything except sign up for it, that would be I think that would be a really good way to make some inroads into Ridgeport and to start the year off with, as soon as it comes out, that you come back and you start the season and you become their incumbent weed and fertilizer guy.
Right.
Then you've got your signs. All there in the spring.
Yeah, because we put those little, every time we treat by law, we have to put this little sign in their yard that says we treated. So, I mean, just logistically, though, I'm buying into this, so don't misunderstand this, but like when they scheduled, like, okay, I could put a form on my website or something, or they could call me and they could say, yes, I want this.
Yeah.
Then would I follow up with them then and give them like our agreement for the future treatments? Or are you saying wait until spring and then call them and say, we did that pre-treatment for you. I would love to come by and show you I can tell you right now on the phone how much it would cost to go forward with us.
Right, because right? That's the thing. So you're telling them that, and I think being that you would do that after you would do the treatment and drop off, have a conversation, show them what you've done, what you do, and that you will come back in the spring and pick up and handle the whole situation for them. But they don't have to pay anything now, and they can.
Right. They
don't have to obligate themselves to paying anything in the spring either. They're not committing. They're not committing to anything. But what you're doing is now you are, in the spring, if they decide that they're going to do some weed control, now they've got all of the options available to them, right? I'm saying if you don't do this, right, they don't know you didn't offer them a free treatment, and you just went through the winter, and you're starting at the start line next year with everybody else, ramping up your marketing to choose me, no, choose me. You're competing with everybody at the start of the season, and they don't know you any more than they know all these other people, and they're going to go and choose somebody based on the price or a special offer or whatever it is. That's it's a lottery, basically, whether you're at the right place at the right time. next year.
Right.
Now,
Right.
if you contrast that you offer this free treatment in the fall with zero competition, zero obligation, zero cost, and you get to meet homeowners in Ridgeport who want their lawn treated to set themselves up for a great spring. Now, when we fast forward to the beginning of the season, now you're a guy that they know. They've got a guy.
Right.
They know you. They like you because they met you and you did a great job, and you were you live in the neighborhood, and you were kind enough to do this for them for free. So they kind of owe you the courtesy of, if they're going to pay somebody to do their weeds, that they'll pay you.
Right.
That is such an advantage for $10, you know?
Right. Absolutely. So you would say, just if you got a chance to meet them when I was doing their application for free, great. And then come back to them in the spring. Yeah. And that's when I would, I guess I'll call it, sell them on our full program, as opposed to when I'm there doing the free thing, I could show them what we could do for them next year and what the price would be. Yeah, I would say both, that you do that and you should leave them with something, you know, that you just leave it where you have a booklet or a, brochure, something that describes how it all works. And then you will call them in the spring to set that up. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Right? Like, I just think there's no better way that you could invest $1,000 over the winter to have a harvest of potentially $30,000. Yeah. You just don't know. Yeah, out of 500, I wonder how many people would actually do it. That would be an interesting thing. Right. Well, let's say that you could, I mean, we can extrapolate from other results and other things that we've done. So let's say if you did 500, that you could potentially get, let's just do different numbers, that you could get 10 or 20 people, perhaps, you know? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. In that. So, I think that there's a lot to that. Yeah, I do too. Yeah, because I mean, that's the trick to this business is that I don't want to be differentiated on being the cheap guy all year. Right. I'm differentiating myself some because I'm the owner and I'm doing it. People do like that. Right. Someday that may change, but for now that's fine. So yeah, if you can endear yourselves to them with a free treatment, that could be interesting. Yeah. No one else is doing that. No, because everybody else is thinking, if they don't have any skin in the game, they're not really, people, that they're higher quality prospects if they'll pay $34.95. But the truth is that what you have is you've got access to your service at cost, which is an asset. Right. Yeah. Right. So you're looking to deploy that, in a way that is setting yourself up for the future. Yeah. Now that's really interesting. I mean, I think it's a way I could get to 50 people next year. Oh, I would think you could get to 100 people that way. I could do the same thing in the spring. I mean, that first treatment, I could send another round of postcards and do the same thing. Yeah. Yeah. I think so. But I mean, it would be great to have that head start and let that, germinate over the winter. Yes. And then then it starts out that way, Then in the spring, I could start out with a 9-word email.
Yes, that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Because what you're building from that is you're establishing yourself. You're building a relationship with that one person. You know their name, you know their address, you know their phone number, you know their email address, all the things that you would get in order to go and do that free treatment. And you're building that list. Plus you get that goodwill, you know?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
No, that sounds awesome. That sounds really good.
And I just think that, sort of is a great thing. I would start to also look at, does Ridgeport have a homeowners association newsletter or a message board or a Facebook group or some way to get in front of Ridgeport, you know?
Right.
And what's the name of the next neighborhood, you know? Like if you're looking at it that Ridgeport is all your ideal clients, what other neighborhoods are like that, you know?
Yeah, well, there's like 2,500 people that live in this strip that are all of my, just in that 3 square mile area, that are all my targets. I mean, they would fit my target. They have 8 to 10,000 square foot lawns, and it's nice neighborhoods, nice. They all have sprinkler systems. Yeah, you know, it's that kind of thing. Yeah. So my hope, I hope I could get 100 people in that out of that 2,500 people.
That's reasonable.
That would be reasonable because it would be all really close to each other.
Yeah, that's completely reasonable.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So now, you know, then it becomes that whole message of, you know, if you plan on having a green, weed-free lawn next spring, what you do now can make a difference, you know, over the winter.
Exactly.
So you get people that, like, preparing, start a green, weed-free lawn next year starts with what you do now.
Yeah, that's the message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so how do you articulate that message? Is that true, first off?
It's absolutely true.
Okay,
and
so then that's
with
the
type
story.
of grass. Yeah, the type of grass we have here, the nitrogen that we drop the most nitrogen in the fall because that's when that grass needs it to develop strong roots and everything, so that in the spring it comes back strong.
Yes. So. That's perfect. I think then that's the message. That's the season, and that free treatment is the thing. And I think that there's something to having that Ridgeport focus, that the postcard is just going to be Ridgeport, and is Ridgeport a gated community or is it an entry community? Like, is there a way that you could put a bigger sign at the exits to it, like over a weekend or something, you know?
Yeah, it's not gated, but there's delineated entrances to the neighborhood. So there's probably like 2 or 3 entrances, you know, and they have their neighborhood name sign and all that right there. And I mean, I could definitely do some kind of bandit or, you know, coroplast sign right there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's interesting. Because you could even target that to Ridgeport residents and have it up at the same time that the postcards are hitting.
Yeah. Do they have does the mail get delivered right to each individual house, or do you have super boxes?
Yeah, they're like I'm trying to think. I think they have, in that neighborhood, I think it's, like where they have the 8 or 10 boxes.
Right. And so part of that could be some flyers on the Friday before the following weekend or whatever.
True.
Like just thinking about how can you get that message out in Ridgeport? Do you have clients or friends in Ridgeport that would allow you to put a sign on their lawn for a couple of days?
Yeah, I've got actually 3 clients in there. What's weird is there's a lot of cul-de-sacs in these communities. And so some of these guys are like back in the cul-de-sac. So no one driving down kind of the main road would really see their sign.
Right. Gotcha.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, there may, and maybe there's a face, if I could, if they have a Facebook group, I could target an ad straight to their group too.
Right.
Or even have one of my clients post a thing on it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of times, if they have an HOA newsletter, you can do an insert or do an ad in their newsletter.
Right.
And they may do that they may give you that if you're offering a free treatment.
Right.
If you're not selling anything, that this could be an opportunity for you,
Exactly.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense.
So all these things, I would just look at it as how can you get, as many of those homeowners as you can to sign up for the free end of season treatment.
Yeah, it's called, what we call it is winterizer. It's the winterizer treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is a little bit off to the side, but it's an interesting thing. So like when I started, when people would call me, I'd go meet with them and we'd walk through their yard. And initially I thought I had to go in depth and say, here's what we do on each treatment. And I could just see their eyes glazing over,
right.
And so then I just started saying, what we really do is we keep your yard a consistent green throughout the year as long as you water it. And we get rid of 95% of your weeds. And they say, okay. I mean,
that's all.
And then I
people
spend the
care
rest
about.
of the time
Nobody's
just building
really,
the connection.
Yeah, nobody wants to get like the, nobody's a greenskeeper or wants to understand the science of lawns and all that stuff. Nobody needs to know that depth of information.
They just want to trust you. Like what you say you're going to do is what you're going to do.
Yeah.
And that's really what it boils down to.
Yeah. And no better way than to, give them a gift like that.
Yeah. Now that's really interesting. I mean, I can really see that getting quite a few customers still this fall. Or, free treatment still this fall.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's the move, like, right now you've got, you put out 800 and you got 4 or 5. So, and that's been my experience that that's roughly 0.5%, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's been my experience that if you put out, if you offer a free treatment that you could end up getting 4 or 5 times that. So if that puts you right on the same thing in that 20 to 25 range.
Yeah.
For the same amount
that makes a lot of sense.
For the same amount of money,
Uh-huh. Yeah. That's really interesting. Okay. That solves that. I'm going to do that. So I'm just thinking through, like, the end of November, I wonder how far, you don't want to send those out too far before the date.
Right.
And I'm sitting here trying to think if we could even get a treatment in, say, the first week of October, and then the next treatment would be the end of November.
Yeah.
Maybe there's 2 opportunities here. If I hustled, maybe I could get a postcard out real quick. Try to pick up some apps the end of September, 1st of October. And then I can approach those people for paid treatments in November.
Yep, that's right.
And then I could do another one, free treatment in November.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And test
it. Yep. No, that makes a lot of sense. Well,
it's all very exciting.
That's very exciting. And I've followed you for years, and I mean, just your whole real estate, the way that whole system you put together there. I mean, I see nobody doing that. And that's one of the reasons I was so excited to talk to you, because you do things nobody else does, just like this.
That's kind of, it's just kind of funny. It is kind of funny that there's very little evidence of people doing any kind of direct response at all in anything.
Yeah. I mean, I get postcards probably at least once a week from realtors, because our neighborhood's popular just based on the prices. And it's just a picture of them saying, we're realtors.
Right.
And it's like, I don't care. Tell me how much my house is worth or something.
Right. Yes, exactly.
It's just amazing to me that they spend that kind of money and they get nothing. It's just amazing to me. But
yeah. There's the thing that would be a good thing in your neighborhood too, right? So whatever the name of your neighborhood is.
Oh,
I would think if you've already identified who those 2,500 things are, it would definitely be worth it to test 500 in Ridgeport and see what happens.
Exactly, that's what I think. Yeah, I mean,
I'm
if I
excited.
can pick up more than 3, it's better. It's the same as what I'm doing now.
Right, and I think
chances are you'll get more.
The chances are, of course, you're going to get more. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think that's the thing, is you can't do worse than I mean, it's all those people who paid you to do it are a subset of the people who would allow you to come over and do a free treatment for them and be thankful for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there much to overcoming the skepticism of people?
I think that some people are skeptics, and when they say, "What's the catch?" there is no catch. I mean, the catch. I live right around here. I've got clients in your neighborhood. I would love to keep your yard completely green and weed free.
Right.
And I just want to start out by giving you something. Start the relationship that way.
Right.
Just to get to meet
that's
you.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And no hard feelings. If you don't want to, continue, you're not obligated in any way to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
So you think I should give them multiple ways to sign up? Or should I just make them call me, or should I let them do it on the web or by email, or as long as I get the information I need?
Yeah, I think I think that it would be the easiest thing that you could test right away would just be to have them call and schedule, or to call and listen to a free recorded message.
Yeah,
and at the end of the free recorded message, they can leave their contact information for you. That's easy. Do you have a hotline service, or do you have a voicemail service like that, or an autoresponder?
No.
Okay, we'll check. I mean, so gogoclients.com. I have a system that has all of that. It's got the landing pages, the autoresponders, voicemail, texting, all of those tools that you would need to make something like that run. And it's a 30-day free trial.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the free recorded. Yeah, there you go. I could use it for 30 days and then sign up.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
I think the free recorded message would be kind of interesting, because then it lets me dispel that skepticism right off the bat.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Okay.
Introduce yourself. Tell them exactly what you do and how this is help you get a jump on the spring and what the treatment is that you actually do. And there's no charge, no credit card, no obligation.
Yeah.
If you'd like me to come out and do that, just leave your name and your address, your telephone number, and your email address if you have one, and I will contact you and schedule to come out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, it's pretty simple.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it'd be really,
Yeah, and with GoGo clients, you can pick a local, the number that you pick is, you can pick a local area code number, and you can have extensions, so you can test different neighborhoods. So you could have the phone number extension 101 for Ridgeport, and you could do extension 102 for whatever the other neighborhood, or 103, so that you're just saying people to, for more details and to schedule your treatment, call this phone number, enter extension 101, and it's a 24-hour free recorded message.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll check that out.
Awesome.
Okay.
Well, let me know, send me over your door hanger or your postcard or whatever you're going to put together. And I'd love to take a look.
Sounds good. We'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah,
awesome.
I like
this
your
has
idea
been
of
fun.
the satellite image. Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah.
Very good. Thanks for spending time.
Okay. Thanks. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks, Dean. Bye.
And there we have it. Another great episode. I love talking about businesses that have a very, very strong after unit component to them, where it's built into the model that you are building a clientele that's going to continue to be clients for you, that you're going to serve them again and again and again. And if that's the case, and you have that recurring model, one of the best assets that you can deploy is to start the relationship with offering a free sample, a free treatment, a free trial of something like that. I mentioned to Burke at the end of the call, that's exactly the model that we use with gogoclients.com, right? We have all of the tools for business owners who want to do online marketing. So landing pages and autoresponders and toll-free voicemail and texting and a CRM, all wrapped into one toolkit. But the way that we start relationships with people is that we offer a free 30-day experience where people can come in, no credit card required, start and experience everything, see how all the tools work, try it out for yourself. And then we know that a percentage of people are going to like what they experience and will continue to use the service on an ongoing basis. So if you have a business like that, that might be a really great strategy for you. So I would encourage you to think that through. Listen again to this episode and really kind of think through how this might apply for your business. If you want to continue the conversation, you can go to morecheeselesswhiskers.com and you can download a copy of the More Cheese, Less Whiskers book. And if you'd like to be a guest on the show, you can click the Be a Guest link, and that will let me know that you would like to be on the show, and we can hatch some evil schemes for you. So that's it for this week. Have a great week, and I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.